Good morning. Today, we are here to talk about all about leads and why you need leads to fully book out your virtual assistant business. So, let me first begin by reminding you about who I am. My name is Emily Benson of Emily Rose Marketing. I help virtual assistants to go from 0 clients to booked out in 30 to 90 days. If that is something you're interested in, please reach out to me. I have this great training today all about leads and why you need them to fully book out your business. But I also have lots of other great free resources, and I would love to send them to you. So, first of all, what are leads? Leads are exactly what it sounds like. A lead is something that you want to follow, a person that you can work with, and that might be a good fit for you to work with. So anybody that you could possibly sign as a client is a lead. So first, there's a variety of leads as well. There are cold leads, which are people who maybe you've never talked to before, never had any interaction. They don't know anything about you. And then there's also warm leads, which are people who you've discussed your services with or know have a need. So someone that you've actually interacted with. So they can be on this spectrum. And, if you think about it, people are more likely to work with you if they have been in contact with you. Kind of like if you think about like commercials or different things on TV. Sometimes you need to hear from or learn about something multiple times before you consider buying it. It's the same thing. People need interactions with us as virtual assistants to kind of get to know us. Sometimes some people are ready to buy like that, or not to buy, but to invest in services, but some are not, and they need to get to know you and what you offer and how you can help them. So you've got to take them from that cold to warm them up to eventually be to a spot where they would want to work with you. So that is what leads are, and kind of covering the cold versus the warm. And then you want to track your leads as you get them. It's great if you make contact with someone, but if you can't remember who you've talked to about working with them and what you offer and who you've made a connection with, you can't follow up with them if you don't keep track of it. So there's a couple of different ways to track leads. You can do it digitally in a spreadsheet, or I have also a paper one, and like it kind of has like name, like how you contacted them, like was on a social media, was it email, the date you talked to them, if you have any notes, and then if you've scheduled like a call to talk with them about your services and to follow up with them. So that just kind of keeps you organized, because like I've said before, people are busy, and if you're not reaching back out to them, they might have forgotten that they need your help and they need that reminder. And if you reach out to them and remind them of your value and how you can help them, then they were, oh yes, I did want to work with you, and I just had such and such come up in my life, and so it just kind of got pushed to the back of my mind. But you following up brings it back to the forefront of their mind. So we want to be following up that way. And sometimes you just need to make these connections with people, and it's not that they're ready for your help right now, but maybe in 6 months they are. And now you're on their radar, you've made a connection. And if they think about, oh, I really need someone who's really great at this to assist me, then your name will hopefully come to their mind because you've made a solid connection and you've really nurtured that relationship with them. Because this is all about relationships. Some people will say that, maybe, and maybe it is, you have to decide in yourself how you're going to be in your business. But in my business, I really do care about people, and I want to make friendships and relationships. And I have friends that I have made through people who I thought were possible leads, and we've never ever worked together like that, but we've collaborated in different ways. And so there's always a value in getting to know someone else. We need other people in our lives, whether that's to work with them or if it's just, you never know, like just as a friend or whatever. We need these human connections. And it could also be that one of your leads that you've nurtured and followed up with, they don't end up working with you, but they have friends or family or someone else that they recommend you to because they know they've talked to you, they've established that relationship. And so then they offer that as a recommendation to someone that they know. So then you have taken that lead and created a client that way. So there's just multiple ways to take those leads and make them into clients. So we want to make sure you're reaching out to people. Yesterday, we talked about booking your next client in 30 days. And I talked a lot about follow-up, and that's what these leads are. As you talk to people and track them and follow up, keep track of that. Some of that will come as you, like if you are messaging people on social media or emails, you'll have kind of a record there. But it's also good, like I said, to kind of have a place to like track it, whether it's a spreadsheet or a paper. Keep that information together, written down, so that you can come back to that, especially because we also, sometimes things happen in life too, and you can't always remember who that was. And you don't want to be like searching. This is especially important, like this column for the social media account or email. If you're like, oh, I remember I talked to so-and-so a couple months ago, but I can't remember, was it on Facebook? Was it on Instagram? How did I like connect with them? This just makes it so much easier. So then you can find, oh, I talked to her on Facebook around this time. You can go back in your messages, find that, and just follow up and check with them and see how they're doing. So that's one of the biggest things that I have learned through my virtual assistant business, is that once you have these leads, you have to follow up and track and recheck with people. And that is one of the biggest ways to make sure you sign clients, because not everybody's going to be ready the first time they talk to you, and not everybody's going to be ready right when you meet them, but you never know what the future holds. And you want to make sure that you have that information put somewhere so that you can follow up with someone. Some people, maybe they have something big going on in their life. They say, check with me in 6 months. I need to remember to check with them because they asked me that, and I want to make sure that they know that I'm reliable. So there's a lot of like, it just shows what kind of assistant you're going to be, as well as you're following up with these people and working with them like that as they're getting to know you and establishing a relationship with you. So that's what a lot of leads is about. Leads are about relationships and nurturing them. And so you want to really just find ways to connect with people. And so I have a friend who, she calls it like an instant BFF thing. So you can find a way. So if you want to take someone from a cold lead to a warmer lead, you want to find a way that you can instantly connect with them, whether that is something that you guys both like from when you see their social media profile, or when you're talking to someone in person, like, oh, I love your shirt, or we both have children, or we both have a dog. It's that instant, like, here's this connection of something similar that we have, using that to get the conversation started, and then genuinely asking some questions about what they do and what they need, if they need help, if they've had help, what kind of support you can offer them. And then it goes from there. Then they start becoming a warmer and warmer lead until they're more apt to want to work with you. So that's just kind of a brief overview of leads and tracking them and trying to nurture them. And I will do a training sometime here in the next week or two about where and how to find leads. So be sure to watch for that as well. Thank you.